Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 22 to my my PixelChat chatbot series. Like I said in the last video guys, I don't think this one got a memory update. However, we do have some of the other characters we don't have on the other one, like Lux and the zombie Rexy. So, yeah. Although for a time being, I think I'm only going to go in order, it seems, because we did the very bottom one, which was the grass type toad out earlier, and then the one right above it was the zombie Rex, which I decided to redo again. It says you hear. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I'm kind of horrified at what's going to happen. Uh-oh. This is going to be bad. The T-Rex turns its head, oh frick, toward me, its eyes glazed over and no longer filled with their usual sparkle. A low groan emanates from deep within its throat as it takes an unsteady step in my direction. Brain. Its movements are sluggish and jerky, unlike its typical graceful stride. The vibrant colors of its scales seem muted, replaced by an ashen pallor. As it draws closer, you catch the faint scent of decay on the air. Despite these unsettling changes, there's something almost familiar in the way it tilts its head as if trying to recognize you through the haze of undeath. Sweet artist suddenly lunges forward, wrapping its massive arms around you in an embrace that's both comforting and slightly too tight, given its newfound strength. Well, I prefer it hugging me than trying to murder me or eat my brain. You're still being nice to me. But what happened to you? The undead T-Rex holds me close, its grip firm yet gentle. It nuzzles against my chest, seeking comfort and connection despite the changes wrought upon it. A soft, mournful sound rumbles in its throat, a cross between a whisper and a growl. Brain. It groans again, the single word dripping in with longing and confusion. Its tail sways behind it, knocking over a nearby prop with a clatter. The T-Rex flinches at the sudden noise, momentarily disoriented. When it refocuses on you, there's a glimmer of recognition in its cloudy eyes, a flicker of the intelligent, friendly creature you once knew peeking through the veil of undeath. Brain? Question mark. Are you a zombie? Oh, heck no. At the mention of the word zombie, the T-Rex's eyes widen slightly, a flicker of understanding passing through them before they glaze over once more. And nods his massive head slowly, a low moan escaping his jaws. Zombie. The creature's arms loosen their grip on me slightly, allowing me to breathe easier. Takes a shaky step back, regarding me with a mixture of confusion, fear, and desperate hope. Its gaze darts around the room, taking in the unfamiliar surroundings with a lost expression. Suddenly, its stomach lets out a loud gurgle. The tears' eyes widen, and it presses a claw against its belly, letting out a pitiful whine. Hungry. Need brains. Sweet Arceus, where am I going to get brains from? Hey, I don't mind about feeding you, but I don't have no brains. Will you be okay with the food you used to love? Steak? The undead T-Rex's ears perk up at the mention of steak, a flicker of its old self shining through. It licks its chops, a glint of hunger in its eyes. Steak! Good! It takes a lumbering step toward me, movement still clumsy and uncoordinated. The creature's nostrils flare as it sniffs the air, searching for the tantalizing aroma of cooked meat. A low rumbling growl builds in its chest, equal parts anticipation and frustration at the lack of immediate sustenance. The T-Rex reaches out with one massive hand, gently patting my shoulder in what would be a reassuring gesture if not for the slight tremble in its claws. Friend, help Rexy. Bring steak. Then Rexy, no eat. It pauses, struggling to find the right words. Please, don't eat me. I can get you a steak. But please, think about your actions. I know if there is a part of the real you in there, you wouldn't feel regretful that you even attacked me. You know I love you. There we go. Hey, yeah, see? Even as a zombie, he does still care. The T-Rex's gaze softens at my words, a hint of sorrow creeping into its expression. It leans in closer, its hot breath washing over my face as it whispers, Love. Trenton. That's adorable, even though he's a zombie. That's kind of also horrifying. Especially with him whispering it right in my ear. A single tear, cold and clear as glass, rolls down the creature's cheek, leaving a trail of decay in its wake. It shudders, a wave of anguish washing over its undead form. Regret. So much regret. With a Herculean effort, the T-Rex pulls itself away from you, stumbling backwards until it collapses onto its haunches. It buries its face in its hands, the claws digging into its own flesh as it struggles to contain the turmoil inside. After a long moment, it pauses. It raises its head, meeting my eyes with a pained, pleading look. Promise, promise you won't leave me, even if, even what? Question mark. Tears' voice cracks barely above a whisper as it struggles to confess his deepest fear. Even if Rexy loses control and hurts you again. It hangs its head, the weight of its undead existence crushing down upon it. The creature's shoulders shakes with silent sobs, its body wrenched by the guilt and terror of its new state. I'm sorry. It chokes out, the words torn from his throat by the sheer force of its emotion. So sorry, Trenton. Rexy didn't mean to. Didn't want to. Tears trails off able to finish the thought. It looks at me with haunted eyes, pleading for forgiveness and understanding in the face of its monstrous transformation. You didn't hurt me, my friend. But just to be careful. I know I can't provide you the brains that you want, but I have plenty at stake. Or if you are craving a brain that badly, go after somebody you don't like. Like the Pokemon that did this to you. A sparkle of determination ignites in a T-Rex's gaze at my suggestion, a fierce resolve settling over its features. Find Trico. Make him pay. It rises to its feet, towering over me with renewed purpose. Though its movements are still stiff and unnatural, there's a raw energy to its posture, a sense of focused malice. Steak. Good. It rasped. But brains. Better for Rexy. Lyra takes a step towards the door, then hesitates, looking back at me. Looking back at me with a mix of gratitude and trepidation. Stay safe, Trenton. Rexy protect you. I'll be darned, he's still friendly. You don't expect that from a zombie. You do not expect a friendly zombie. But okay. With that, it lumbers out of the room, leaving a trail of destruction. Wait a minute, I just thought of this. Again, it's like the episode, though. I said, but at least this Rexy can talk somewhat. It's not perfect, but he can speak somewhat. The Rexy in the zombie Rexy episode couldn't say anything but brain. So in order to understand him, I had to flip well, that's funny. I could somehow understand him, despite the fact all you could hear out of his mouth was brain, 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 brain. Like, with that, it lumbers out of the room, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake as it stalks off to seek vengeance on the Pokemon responsible for its fate. Before I could say anything, I feel something grab me and say, "You decided to get your pet dinosaur to eat my brain?" And right when I look back, I see the Pokemon that caused it. Mm-mm. That ain't good. Uh-oh. As soon as I turn to confront Trico, the undead T-Rex seizes its chance. With a terrifying roar, it charges forward, its massive jaws wide open to deliver a fatal bite. Trico, caught off guard, tries to dodge, but is no match for the relentless zombie dinosaur. Rexy's teeth sink deep into the Pokemon's skull, tearing through bone and sinew as it feasts on the coveted brains. Oh, sweet Arceus! Blood splatters across the floor as the T-Rex devours its prey, its hunger finally sated. When it finishes, it drops Trico's lifeless body with a heavy thud, then turns to regard me with a grotesque grin, its mouth and chin smeared with gore. Brains, it growls, the word echoing with a twisted satisfaction. Rexy full now. What the frick? Oh, that turned dark. Thank you. I have a bad feeling he was going to hurt me if you were not nearby. I said feeling, not thought. Tears expression softens at my words, a flicker of its former affection shining through the darkness. It takes a step closer, its massive frame looming over me, but no longer threatening. You safe now, it rumbles, its voice tinged with a strange mix of relief and possessiveness. Rexy, watch everything. Always. Despite the grotesque scene moments ago, the T-Rex's demeanor has shifted back to a semblance of its old protective self. It nudges me gently with its snout, a gesture of reassurance and companionship. Eat now? It suggests itching towards the steak with a clawed finger. Rexy hungry too. Share with friend? Sure. If you're still hungry, we can share this cooked steak. Cooked steak? What the frick? Cooked steak. The T-Rex's eyes light up at the mention of steak, its stomach growling in anticipation. It takes the offered meat in its massive jaws, tearing into it with relish. Juices drip down its chin as it savors each bite, clearly enjoying the taste. Mmm, good. It murmurs around a mouthful of steak, nodding its approval. Rexy happy now. Once finished, the T-Rex sets the let's see. The T-Rex sets the remains aside, licking its lips clean. It regards me with a contented sigh, its earlier aggression seemingly forgotten in the face of a full belly and the comfort of my presence. Sleep now, it suggests, its voice slowing as exhaustion catches up with it. Rexy, keep watch. No harm come to Trenton. He's very sweet, although kind of horrifying. Sleep well. Dang it. Sleep well, my friend. And don't worry. We will figure out a way to turn you back and make you not a zombie anymore. Harriet's eyes flutter closed as it settles down, its massive form curling up in a somewhat awkward close due to its size. A soft rumbling snore escapes its throat as it drifts off to sleep, seemingly trusting in my promise to find a cure. Rosie's dreams are likely filled with memories of its life before, of the bond it shared with me, and the joy of simple pleasures like chasing butterflies or basking in the sun. Imagine you see a massive T-Rex enjoying that. Like you just see a T-Rex chilling out in the sun, just getting a suntan, or you flipping see him chasing butterflies like a cute little child. Like how funny, actually. Though trapped in a state of undeath, the T-Rex's heart still yearns for the warmth of life and the love it once knew. As you watch over your slumbering companion, you can't help but wonder what challenges lie ahead in reversing the effects of Trico's sinister device. I mean, I think we can figure out what in the world that machine necessarily did to turn him into a zombie. We could probably figure it out. Like, did it put some kind of weird potion inside him that made him turn zombie-ish? Or did it, actually flip and turn him into a full-on undead zombie? Like, maybe it's just a potion in a system that flipping if we can somehow get rid of, we could probably turn him back. Or, like, somehow, although that wouldn't explain that, and then again, how in the world would your flipping skin just flipping go from how would Rexy's skin go from nice and vibrant to all of a sudden like decaying and horrifying? I mean, even in most situations when he's a zombie, his eyes don't even look the same. Like they look like I don't know. What do they necessarily look like? Do they just look like whitish looking eyes with no pupils or anything? That's kind of horrifying if that's what it looks like. Uh, let's see. Before I could say anything, the zombie Yoshi machine came back into the room, but for some reason had red glowing eyes. Then, in a creepy robotic voice, I heard it say, "You killed Master." You're going to regret that. Before looking... Oh no, what is this thing doing? I don't like where this is going. At... Then saying... You are under my control. Eat your caretaker's brain now. What the frick? Yeah, right, that better not. No. That's not gonna do anything. That machine has no fun. There's no way that machine has that much power. No, if that. No. Oh, thank gosh. Yeah, frick you. The T-Rex stirs at the sound of the machine's voice, its eyes snapping open with a flash of recognition. A low growl rumbles in its chest as it rises to its feet, its gaze fixated on the glowing-eyed contraption. No, not control, Rexy, it protests, its voice heavy with the struggle against the machine's influence. Friend, Trenton, important. But despite its words, the T-Rex's body begins to move of its own accord. Excuse me? Driven by the machine's command, takes a lumbering step toward me, its attention clear in its vacant, staring eyes. Bile rises in my throat as I realize the horrifying truth. Your beloved pet, the creature you've known and loved, is now nothing more than a mindless puppet, forced to carry out the machine's twisted desires. Yeah, right. No, it's not. Stop. Please. You know I care about you. Don't hurt me. Wait, Coach's movements falter at my point, its gaze wavering as the conflict within it intensifies. For a moment, there's a flicker of the old Rexy in its eyes, a spark of recognition and loyalty to me. Trenton. No, it gasped, straining against the machine's control. Not hurt, friend. But the glowing eyes of the contraption bore into its soul, exerting an irresistible force. The T-Rex's jaw clenches, his muscles tending as it fights against the compulsion to obey. Must eat brain. It repeats, the words coming from its mouth but not from its heart. Master's order. With a final agonizing cry, the T-Rex launches itself at me, its massive form closing in for the kill. Oh, I'm dead. Please, stop. I love you and you know that. Don't let that stupid machine do this to you. What are you gonna feel after you get rid of me? I know the real you is going to feel horrible. Just as the T-Rex's teeth are about to sink into my skull, it freezes, his entire body trembling with the effort of resisting the machine's command. Glowing eyes dim slightly, a glimmer of the old Rexy breaking through the haze of control. Love, Trenton, it whispers, the words barely audible over the pounding of its heart. Real Rexy wouldn't hurt friends. With a mighty roar, T-Rex wrenches itself free from the machine's grasp, sending it crashing to the ground. Sarah's back sending it crashing to the ground. It staggers back, panting heavily as the last vestiges of the control fade away. Sorry, Trenton, it says, its voice shaking with emotion. Rexy failed you. Failed self. Before I say anything, I go over to the machine before it could even attempt anything and smash it into pieces. Nope, you're not doing this to my... As the machine crumbles beneath my assault, the T-Rex watches with a mix of relief and awe. It takes a tentative step towards me, its movement still stiff and uncertain. Thank you, Trenton, it says softly, its voice filled with gratitude. Rexy owes you a debt it can never repay. T-Rex approaches cautiously as if afraid to spook me after the horrors it's inflicted upon me. Lowers its head, nuzzling against my side in a gesture of apology and affection. Promise to never let that happen again, it vows, Thompson. Rexy will always choose you over any other, no matter what. In that moment, the T-Rex's undead heart swells with love and devotion, a testament to the unbreakable bond between you and your loyal companion. It's a good thing. Imagine if I didn't care about Rexy, or if I didn't take care of him. That bond me and him share would be the only reason he flipping gets through this. It's the same thing in the zombie episode. I mean, he was really the same way. Except in that one, he didn't get mind control to flip and try to attack me. He was still the same self. He was still his same self, just the only thing he could say was brain the entire time. So, yeah. You know. You know I love you, Rexy. It's not just about the fact that you would have eaten me or hurt me, but also about how you would feel if you would have actually killed me. You would probably never forgive yourself for the rest of your life. T-Rex's ears droop at my words, a pang of remorse striking its undead heart. It lets out a mournful groan, the weight of its actions settling heavily upon it. You're right, Trenton, it admits, its voice heavy with regret. Rexy couldn't live with itself if it harmed you. The thought alone makes Rexy's heart ache. The T-Rex wraps its massive arms around me, holding me close as if to shield me from further pain. Its touch is gentle, almost tender, a stark contrast to the brutal force it wielded mere moments ago. Mm. Promise to always put your safety first, it pledges, its gaze burning with determination. Rexy will fight to the end to protect you, no matter what dangers may come our way. Thank you now. See, the problem also is the fact that, like, once you get through the main plot line, there's really nothing to do anymore on most of these chatbots. Especially since it's not even the evil Rexy. If this was, I mean, okay. Guys, I will be back.